Denis Lawson, lovely to see you again, sir. Last time I saw you, we were having drinks in Glasgow after your play Art with Nigel Havers and Stephen. It was fantastic. What a night! What a play! In fact, I believe you were going to be doing that again this year, but got interfered with the lockdown.
That's right, George. Yes, it was wonderful to. I have to say, I hadn't been on stage in Glasgow when we did Art there for I can't remember how many years, and it was just fabulous to be back in Glasgow working like that on stage. And the Theatre Royal is, I had no idea, it's got the most brilliant acoustics, the most fantastic theatre. So it was really lovely for me to be back in Glasgow working like that after many, many years. It was brilliant. Good to see you there, you know. And yes, we were due, there was talk of doing, a world tour ending up in Australia this year. But of course, that proved to be kind of difficult. So it's gone. Anyway.
The mileage it's given all of you has been just fantastic. I mean, Nigel has done it for years now, on and off.
Nigel, I think, has now done it maybe over 1,000 times, that play. And Nigel and Steve Tompkinson and myself get on very, very well as men, as friends, but also particularly on stage. We really cook well together, you know. So it was a great pleasure to do that. Just fantastic. I loved it.
And how have you been keeping yourselves amused down in sunny Wiltshire?
I've spent 4 months now in Wiltshire, and I've never done that before. And it's making me, I have to say, it's been the place to do it, to have this strange experience, because where our cottage is, we can walk out the back gate and just go into fields and hills. And we've got a 10-month-old Cocker Spaniel puppy, so that's been fantastic to have a new dog with us on the way. You know, she's just great fun. So, if I was going to do this weird thing anywhere, this would be the place. And I just feel very lucky to have this. And it's been a very interesting time for me, because I don't think I've been this relaxed in years. It's quite interesting.
Has Karen had you out on the horses?
My fabulous wife, Karen. No, George, no, I don't think it's a very smart idea for me to get on a horse, because if I just come off that horse and break a leg or something, that's me. I'm screwed in terms of working and stuff. And although Karen's been riding and since she could walk, literally, she still falls off, you know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Regularly. So I admire from a distance, George, but I love all that. It's great. It's brilliant.
The lockdown has been devastating for some people in the UK, and the arts is one of the biggest people that have had to suffer. I mean, the venues, the cinemas, the theatres, all the artists, musicians, themselves. So I can ask your opinion, Denis. How do you think? What does the future hold for the venues and for the artists?
The difficult thing with the arts is, although we are a multi-billion-pound industry, which we are, and we make huge amounts of money for the exchequer, politicians see it as a kind of bit of a sideshow, quite literally, and don't generally take it very seriously. So, of course, one of the tough things actually is for drama students, for instance, who have just qualified. I know of a young woman who's from Perthshire, in fact, who's just come out of drama school this summer. And what the hell does she do? There's nothing to do. It's really, really difficult. Television and film I know, have plans to get back into gear. And they'll have to be very careful the way they shoot. But because of the technicalities of that, you can shoot around that, people possibly not being too close, the crew not being too close to each other, that kind of thing. So, but the theatre, the theatre's a tougher one. But my own gut feeling is a couple of years.
One of the big things about a theatre is you have a live audience, and it's not just social distancing for the actors and through rehearsal and the crew and all the backstage people. It's the audiences themselves, and so it does make it very, very difficult.
although there are tough times ahead, that's for sure. I don't think, my own gut feeling is, yes, I don't think the buildings will disappear. I think they will be there. And I think because of the commitment of the people who are behind them, they will get them back up and running. They will. It'll
Absolutely.
just time. And there'll be a lot of, I'm afraid, collateral damage along the way. It's going to be tough for a lot of actors and designers, you know, everyone involved. Yeah, for sure. I'm afraid so. Mm-hmm.
Well, interesting times, but I mean, the grassroots, the people themselves. I mean, you can't fault the enthusiasm of even our own local people in the local Amdrams and comedy and Crieff and Braco and Muthal and the likes. And it's like you say, it's the passion and the heart of these people themselves that are going to keep theatre alive.
Yeah.
And of course, we need people to actually come and buy tickets and support when these people are putting so much effort in.
People will work it out. There'll be a way. I mean, for instance, it was interesting. You're talking about art, and Nigel Haber said to me recently, we could easily do a production of art that was socially distant. We could easily do that. Mm-hmm. And then he talks about doing it outdoors.
That would work.
So again, well, exactly. And so people within the arts will come up with the solution.
Perfect. Well, one of the solutions that's been put forward for our own local area in Crieff is the Strathearn's Online Festival of Arts, in fact, which we're delighted to have your help and support in putting this together. Phil Mistecki came up with the idea, and we're busy tying it all together at the moment. So can I ask you just, what's your opinion about the Strathearn Online Festival of Arts and how it would bring the community together? It's
a really terrific initiative, I think, I think the Strathearn Arts, the space itself, really deserves to survive, and it will because of the commitment of yourself and people behind it. And so I think this particular online stream you've got going is a great idea. It's really nice. Brilliant.
Well, we are very, very grateful to you for all your help and support throughout the whole thing. I mean, as well as trying to give the local musicians an outlet to keep their audiences, the audiences themselves have a hunger to have to hear their own musicians back. And but we're also got Strathearn's got young talent where. You were talking about your young girl coming out of drama school and things. We're trying to give a stepping stone, if you like, for Strathearn's got young talent.
Yeah, great, fantastic. Well, please let me know how it goes. You know,
will do. Now, once all the restrictions are free, we're all back to whatever. I'm allowed to ask, what are your plans? Holidays? Are you planning to go off on holiday, or are you going to be straight back into work?
My goal this year. It's nothing to do with work at all, it's play. I'm hoping to get to Italy in September. So we're keeping an eye on that. There's a particular beach I've gone to in Italy for about 30 years. And it's a very special place for me. And so, in fact, Karen and I got married on that beach just under 3 years ago. That's our next aim. I'm also, though, hoping to do a little bit of a road trip in August with 3 friends of mine from school, from Morrison's. And when I was at Morrison's, there were 5 of us went through school together. We were known as the Z Men. For reasons that remain shrouded in secrecy. No one knows why. And we're still very close. Sadly, Ron Kidd, who's a Crieff guy, died rather young, which is very sad. But the rest of us are still in close contact. So we're going to do a bit of a road trip up to Edinburgh initially, and then I'll certainly be over in Crieff for sure.
What a name for a programme as well. We'll all get Z-Men T-shirts made. And
well, we had, believe it or not, when we were at school, we had ties made with a little Z and a gold laurel round it, which we wore constantly.
Ideal. Well, one of the things you've been doing, that I know you've been doing anyway, when you've been locked down in Wiltshire, is you did that fantastic poem, To a Virus. Can I ask you, I mean, how did you come across Willie Sinclair's poem?
Well, again, interesting enough, I'll take you back to the Z-Men. One of us is a guy called Colin Clark, who was one of the Zs at school, and he has a place up in Aberfeldy, and he's got a place in Edinburgh. And so he sent it to the rest of us and said, have a look at this, it's hilarious. And I read it, and I thought it was completely brilliant. I think I'll try and learn this, because, you know, as an actor, it's good to keep the memory muscle going. So I thought, well, it's quite a complicated little thing to learn. So I started to learn it just for my own amusement. And then I thought, oh, maybe I'll put this on tape or record it and send it out to the family, just to the family. And so I did that. It took me about a week's rehearsal. And all the clothes I wear in that piece belong to my wife Karen, all of them, from the hat to the very short scarf that I wear. And so I sent it out to the family, and my sister Carol, who lives in Crieff, is a good friend of Fred Macaulay's. And so she sent it to Fred, and he was the one actually who said, I should put it online. He said, you should put this online, it's terrific. So that wasn't my intention at all. So we loaded it onto YouTube and then Facebook, and it's had well over 500,000 hits on Facebook so far, which is extraordinary. I've never been on social media in my life, so suddenly I'm all viral all over the place. But, it's well, just
instead of it just going to family and friends as you originally intended, it's now been seen in just about every continent. Well, it has been seen in just about in every continent and many countries throughout the world. Now, for those of you who haven't seen To a Virus, it's a fantastic poem, but Denis has taken it to a whole new level. Have a look for yourselves.
To a Virus. 12 months ago we didn't ken your name, nor aught about you, but lots of things have changed since then. I really must salute you. Your spreading power is quite intense. You're feeding like a gannet. Disruption caused is so immense, you've shaken our wee planet. Corona used to be a beer. You garnished it with limes, but now it fills us all with fear. These days are scary times. Nae shaking horns, nor pecking lips is what we're all advised, but scrub them we'll richt to the tips, and then we'll all survive. But stay within the hoose ye bide, nae sneaking out for strolls, and check the lavvy every hour, and stock take your loo rolls. Our holidays have been put off, but that's the jet to patter. Put on your thermals, have a laugh, and paddle down the water. Canary Isles, no for a while, no need for suntan cream, and all because of this wee bug we ken to be 19. Now, boredom surely will set in, but have a read, or doodle, or plan your menu for the month with 95 pot noodles. When these run out, just look about. A change it would be nice, with beans and pasta by the ton, and 20 stain of rice. But dinna think you'll wipe us out. Aye, true, a few have died. Bubonic, bird flu, and TB, they came, they left, they tried. You might be gallus new, my friend, as you skip from cup to cup, but once we get our vaccine, your number will be up. You bastard! Ha! Deal with that. Ha!
I've seen that umpteen times, Denis, and every time I watch it, you know, it makes me laugh all the more. I mean, your timing and everything with it is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thanks, George. Thank you. It was great. It's just great fun to do. It was a scream to do, you know.
Very inspirational. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I'll tell you, it was nice. Willie Sinclair, who wrote it, I thought after it went sort of viral like that, I thought I finally managed to track him down, and I rang him up and had a chat with him. And he works on an estate I think near Dunfermline, somewhere like that. And so he's an estate worker who loves Burns, and so I'm in touch with Willie, which is really nice.
Oh, that's fantastic. My next question was going to be asking you, have you ever actually spoken to Willie Sinclair? But I'm so glad that the two of you have made a connection, because, I mean, what a great partnership that would have been. That is fantastic, really. Yeah. Denis, I can't thank you enough for all your help and support, but before we go, when are we likely to see you back up in Crieff?
Well, you should... as I say, with luck, if I do this road trip, all being well, end of August. Yeah, I'll be around the end of August.
End of August. Well, we're all looking forward to it. Denis Lawson, thank you so much for helping support us with this fantastic weekend that we're doing, and for all your help and support for the whole community, because you're very, very good at supporting the locals in the Strathearn area. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Denis Lawson.
Thank you very much, George. It's been such a pleasure. Good luck with it all.